Madam President, what is in there?
It's my old diary. I started writing it in the 6th grade. It's a day-by-day account of how I got here. I really had a lot to say.
Hey guys, thank you so much for your time. I'm here in Lima, Peru. So with the magic of Zoom, we are talking, and congratulations for the show. Yes.
Bruno, you have the best background that I've seen this morning.
You look like you're in a beautiful location.
Yeah, it looks beautiful out there.
Yeah.
You win.
Thank you. This is your house. Anytime, please come visit, and we can have a nice garden party. The show is super fun. It's very clever. And I enjoy, that the characters you feel there's real people, of course, with a comedy twist. So how do you bring the idea to create this show?
Honestly, the idea came from my middle school, my 6th grade diary. Found my diary, and the way that I wrote in it was so dramatic, and it felt like I was writing for a TV audience. That to me was so like right with a story of and like so rich with something to say of this idea that it's your most innermost thoughts, but presented in such a dramatic way, aka being a teenage girl. So that was my inspiration and my childhood, and I went from there.
Something I enjoy about the show is of course it's a comedy, it's a kids show, but also it's very real. You can feel, for example, the culture mix. You see Afro-Americans, Latin, Asian kids living together. It's not it's like the real world. So how do you feel to bring those elements of, just like the word it is, with a comedy twist?
Yeah, like you said, this show it's real, and it's so important because these characters are so relatable, and the show deals with a lot of real life issues, and it's important for kids or teens, everyone, to watch this show and see themselves represented on screen and feel seen.
It's great that the issues are so relatable, the characters are so relatable and realistic, and it's cool that we're playing them, playing characters kind of our own age who have experienced similar things that we have. So yeah.
That is front and center more than ever. And I love the melting pot, dynamic that we have with all different characters, because that is life, that is the world. And I love, it's important for kids, it's important for adults, it's important for everyone to see that we could live together, we could coincide, we have more similarities than not. So this is a show to celebrate difference.
That was refreshing to know that the show wouldn't shy away from actually going into the difficulty of coming together in a relationship, or kids approaching their sexuality or things like that. We actually, have the comedy, but then there are serious moments. That to me was interesting. Otherwise, then you're just cracking jokes all the time.
Definitely. And also, of course, it's touching, it's dramatic for some moment, and it's super fun. It's very funny, but in a difference with a sitcom that you got the reaction over there for the audience. In this case, how complicated is handle the comedy with the timing without the reaction. It's difficult to do that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm glad that our show is kind of formatted the way it is, and it's, not, because it's a little different from other Disney shows, which is cool. We're spicing it up, and that's really fun. It's definitely a new Disney Plus show, kind of something that you haven't seen before on regular Disney Channel. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I always think of our show as like a dramedy, and that's what I love about it, and just how real it is. But also, I mean, with the funny moments, our cast and everyone involved in the show is just so insanely talented, and everyone is so funny, and so it's definitely not hard for them to nail those moments.
Yes.
I found that tougher this year because of the COVID, because we couldn't, normally in a rehearsal, if I can try do different things out and I get the camera crew kind of laughing, if I can hear them, then I know I can, that's something good. But we didn't have, we had to do our rehearsals even with our masks and the shields. So really, I found that tough, Selene. You?
Yeah, it was tough to convey so much. We convey with our eyes, we convey with our features, everything, right? And we weren't able to do that, so that was a little bit challenging. but I love the mix of comedy and drama.
Wow, and also how cool is in these days, because of the streaming, you get the opportunity to upload a content and in instant, every single person in the world can watch it, can enjoy it. So that idea was scary, was a challenge. How do incorporate that pressure to be in Disney Plus?
It's so special. I mean, this is why I wanted to get into this. I did theater for years, and I love theater, but I always was craving more of an audience, because and with anything, it's like if you have something to say, you want people to hear it. And it's just been so humbling and meaningful to see people around the world responding to Diary. One of my favorite things is seeing people on Twitter talking about it in another language. It's so special to me that the show is so universal, that the experience of growing up is so universal. It doesn't matter if you're in Brazil or Italy or Japan, it's growing up is growing up. And so, yeah, it's been really meaningful.
But it is incredible to be able to touch so many people and to be in everyone's homes, like you said, all over the world. And, as actors, you want to reach people, you want to make a difference. At least for me, I know that, yes, I love what I do, but it's something really fascinating to know that whatever I just finished completing on a show, somehow is affecting someone across the world. It shows how close we are, even though we are far.
It's pretty mind-blowing. It's pretty surreal. And I'm so grateful and proud and happy that I get to be a part of this amazing show. And it's so cool that people can just watch it all over the world. And I've gotten messages from people all over the world just saying how much they love the show and how much they relate to our characters. And it's just been such an amazing experience.
It's super cool that, the show is so widely available, and Disney Plus is such an exciting new platform, and it's available in so many countries. So yeah, the fact that we have fans of the show all around the globe is so surreal to think about, and I can't even wrap my head around it, but it really is amazing. Streaming is crazy.
Yes, and yes, as you say, is the things of love and passion and fun is universal, so you got everything. Tell me about the shooting process. You're the creator, of course, but I suppose you'll be on the set, and how cool was because sometimes shootings could be slow and tedious, so that process to be around the crew, how was it?
Oh, it's amazing. We have the best crew in the biz and the most amazing cast. And we were one of the first shows back after the shutdown, and everybody was just so empathetic and compassionate toward keeping each other safe. It was honestly like this utopia. You step outside of set and the world was scary, but on set, we were really, really taking care of each other, whether it was wearing masks to making sure that we were mentally doing okay.
Tell me about the sets. Looks like a real school, real houses, but it's like that, or they build the whole thing for you?
Oh, it's all built, which is
all in the
insane. I love especially the first time you walk on set, or when they build a new set and you're in there, you're like, this is insane. I'm inside of a house, but it's not a house, and it's fake. It's so cool. They do an amazing job. Everybody is so talented, and they did such an incredible job with the sets, with everything. So good.
Yeah, there's just so many details, and everyone did such an amazing job, as Tess just said, and yeah, I mean, it's so crazy. Sometimes when we're filming, I literally forget that we're on a set, and I'll walk out and I'm like, oh right, we're in a studio right now. And it's amazing.
So thank you so much for that. Keep the good work, keep enjoying, give us things to enjoy, and time's up. So thank you so much for your time, and the cocktails are ready, so come over anytime.
Gracias.
Un beso. Thank you so much.
Season 2 is streaming August 18th on Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus.
La vida te va a lanzar bolas curvas. Lo que importa es cómo las manejas.
Cada reto que enfrentamos lo enfrentamos juntos. Cada paso que damos lo damos juntos. Y solo estamos comenzando. Nada mal, ¿eh?